Hikikomori, a shut-in. If you're familiar with otaku culture or related fandoms such as anime and manga, odds are you've heard this term. Typically, you'd think of a hikikomori as a teenager or young adult who's decided to remove themselves from society to pursue a life of indulgence in the fictional spaces of anime, manga, and gaming. However, this isn't the only type of hikikomori, and isn't the only cause of the issue. A hikikomori is defined by the Health, Labor, and Welfare Ministry as someone who has remained isolated at home for at least 6 consecutive months without going to school or work, and rarely interacts with people from outside their own immediate family. Well, a 2015 survey found that approximately 541,000 people in Japan between the ages of 15 and 39 are hikikomori. The first survey, conducted on citizens between 40 and 64 in 2018, found that there were upwards of 613,000 hikikomori in this age group. In total, it's estimated that about 1% of the Japanese population falls under this hikikomori epidemic. Hikikomori is not always voluntary. It's not as much shut-in as it is socially outcast. According to the journalist Masaki Ikegami, the structure of Japanese society makes it difficult for people to get back on the rails once they have come off them. I think the majority of hikikomori are people who have had difficulty in their working life and have been scarred by their human relationships there. Other cases might be people who have had bad experiences at school, or who have been through disasters, or accidents, or illnesses. Or people who might have quit their jobs to look after elderly parents and have never gone back. There are many different reasons, and it can happen to anyone at any age. I wanted to lead off with this information before we discuss the real reason you likely came here. The story of Akane Shinjo in SSSS. Gridman. There will be heavy spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched the whole show, I highly recommend you do. It is absolutely stellar. Now then, if it's been a while since you last watched the series, allow me to remind you of the tale of Akane Shinjo. For unknown reasons, Akane found herself struggling in her real life. At some point during this time, she met Alexis Kerib, a near all-powerful antagonist who spends his immortal existence reveling in the negative emotions of others. Alexis offers Akane the chance to live in a near-perfect digital world of their creation, in which she can act as a god, and he can subsequently leech off her sociopathic tendencies when she sends kaiju to destroy her new home over and over. She creates a city in which everyone loves her, no matter what. She's the model student, beautiful, popular, and brilliant.
私が何をしてもリッカは私のことを嫌いになれないよ。私がリッカをそう設定したんだから。
3 people were made in particular to love her even more than the rest. Utsumi, to talk about her love of kaiju with, Yuta, to be her loving boyfriend, and Rika as her best friend, and maybe more. All of this being revealed in how she treats them in episode 9, Dream. But the reality of the fact that they only love her because she made them that way is constantly eating away at her throughout the whole story.
私がリッカをそう設定しただけなんだって。友達だって思い込んでるだけなんだよ。
Akane's story is not a happy one. It's a story that speaks to the pain of many people around the world, a desperate desire to be simply loved unconditionally by those around them. It's something I've felt. When you feel so utterly alone like that, it's dangerously easy to slip into delusions and worlds of fantasy, both positive and negative. This is how you end up with people who become hikikomori. This is why humans need friends, to wake us from our nightmares, whether we realize they're scary or not. However, when our fantasies are shattered or broken in these moments, it's common for the person to lash out in frustration, becoming destructive. Every kaiju's cry was made by modulating clips of Akane's voice actress. Every kaiju is a literal representation of Akane wanting to destroy her own dream, herself. Akane can be regularly seen with one very specific item throughout the series, a box cutter. For those who have suffered greatly, this item can be seen as synonymous with self-harm and self-destruction. When Akane sends out a kaiju, attacks an ally, or even when she stabs Yuta, it's not her destroying what's around her, it's her destroying parts of herself, her dream, her world, her friends.
ずっと夢ならいいって思わない？
夢だから目覚めるんだよ。みんな同じ。それは新庄さんも。
Akane sees Gridman as an enemy, something that is trying to tear apart her carefully crafted world. Even worse, it's her 3 special friends who are working with him to destroy her fantasies. She sees it as a betrayal. In reality, they're doing what true friends would do, attempt to show her that they care by pulling back the curtains of her false home. They're not fighting against her, they're fighting for her. Yuta practically says so when preparing to wake from her kaiju's dream. When she asks if what he must do is more important than her, he's quick to tell her no, before stating that
Akaneにとって大事なこと。
she was always part of their mission. They're her acceptors, and
アクセプターは心をつないで一つにする。
by being made by her, Sho, Yuta, and Rika are extensions of Akane, much like how the Neon Genesis Junior High students and Yuta are extensions of Gridman. There's a wide variety of reasons that Akane could have become a recluse. Her love of Toku and Kaiju, potential fears of being bisexual, shown in how she wants Yuta as a boyfriend and is constantly handsy with both him and Rika, who ends their time together by saying how much she wants to be with Akane, most likely so Akane wouldn't have to voice those feelings. Or even just fears of starting at a new school, seeing as she's a first year. But whatever the reasons, remember, you're not alone. Whenever, forever.
Listen, man, I've had enough about you talking about this girl that literally no one cares about. Especially when our queen is right there. Hi, I'm Alsace. Some of you guys might know me as that one guy who doesn't talk about the Power Rangers sometimes. And I don't care about Akane or analyzing stupid cultural mumbo-jumbo. I'm about one thing and one thing only, and that is Rika's sweet, supple thighs. Look, I get it. Akane is cute. In fact, the show's director, Masura Sakamoto, specifically asked for her to be designed in such a way that would make anyone who sees her able to perceive her cuteness. And that's just fine. But do you know what he said about Rika? He specifically asked to make her ass big and her thighs thick. And I'll be damned if you say they didn't succeed in that endeavor. And I guess Akane has a little more personality going for her. She's sweet and bubbly and also a little crazy. And there's that whole foot thing, if you're into that. But Rika's overall calm demeanor is to be respected. And respect is one of the most important things for a waifu to have. At the end of the day, it all comes down to your own personal preference. Do you like cute or do you like sexy? Calm or crazy? Do you like honkies or do you like donkeys? That's the beauty of 2D women. They can be whatever you want them to be. And you can objectify them as much as you like because they're not real. Anyways, my name's Alsace, and it'd be cool if you go watch my little reaction breakdown video thing on the first episode of SSSS Gridman. I think it's funny, and hopefully you will too. Also, Steve's in the video, which is dope. So if you like Steve as much as I like Steve, go watch my video on SSSS Gridman, if only for the reason that he's in it. Anyway, Steve, thank you so much for letting me be in this video. This is the first collab video I've ever done, so I'm really happy to be here, and hopefully we could do another little thing like this. This is cute. I think it's cute. But thanks, man.